One of the wackiest concepts ever to grace the world of comic books was Bizarro World, first appearing in Action Comics number 263 way back in April 1960. In Bizarro World, everything is the opposite of what's normal. Here's how Jerry Seinfeld explained it to Elaine Bennett.
I had to ask Kevin to leave his office and come and pick me up.
Well, what are friends for?
Yes, and he is a friend, Jerry. He's reliable. He's considerate. He's like your exact opposite.
So he's Bizarro Jerry.
Bizarro Jerry?
Yeah, like Bizarro Superman. Superman's exact opposite, who lives in the backwards Bizarro world. Up is down, down is up. He says hello when he leaves, goodbye when he arrives.
Shouldn't he say bad bye? Isn't that the opposite of goodbye?
No, it's still goodbye.
Does he live underwater?
No.
Is he black?
Look, just forget the whole thing, all right?
Yes, Bizarro World is totally goofy. Yet one wonders, did the creators of Bizarro World foresee the future we now reside in when it comes to maintaining an opposite narrative? For example, Islamic terrorists have carried out precisely 30,881 deadly attacks since 9/11 alone, so naturally we're supposed to call Islam the religion of peace. But surely the latest Bizarro incident is this. The Toronto Police Services Board is on the verge of suspending the School Resource Officer program in which uniformed officers are stationed in Toronto area schools. So why is the Toronto Police Services Board considering their removal? Well, if you can imagine, the board is being led around the nose like some sort of circus donkey by, you guessed it, the thugs that comprise the ranks of Black Lives Matter. In any event, BLM is demanding 6 specific changes to the education system in the Greater Toronto Area. One of those recommendations is to eliminate the School's Resource Officers program. Evidently, having law enforcement role models at schools is distressing for Black children, at least according to BLM, which many people believe to be a quasi-terrorist organization. Now, that descriptor might be a tad extreme, but Black Lives Matter is most certainly a racist group. Consider this astonishing tweet from BLM Toronto's Usra Kogali. Please, Allah, give me strength not to kill these men and white folks out here today. Please, please, please. Was BLM condemned by the city for this tweet? Oh no. Instead, the group was actually given an anti-racism award. It's Bizarro mania. BLM is also inherently hypocritical. Check out this footage we aired a while back, albeit footage that will never get stale. Kevin Johnson, who runs a website called freedomreport.ca, was at Nathan Phillips Square and happened to come across Usra's big brother, Waleed Kogali. And just wait till you see what happens next.
Waleed Kogali. Kevin J. Johnson.
Get away from me.
Kevin J. Johnson.
Get away from me. This is criminal harassment right now.
Come on.
This is criminal harassment. Get away from me.
This is Waleed Kogali for Black Lives Matter. I'd like to say hi to him. He won't talk to me.
Anyway, would you like to talk to the officer? Talk to the officer.
It is important to understand that World War II wasn't even a month old.
Wow. Cops are bad according to BLM, except when BLM needs the cops to act upon false allegations. Incredible. But what's even more incredible is this. One would expect the Toronto Police Services Board to tell BLM to take a long walk off a short pier, but no. This board, which should be pro-public safety and pro-law enforcement, is actually taking direction from these garden variety goons. And let's not forget BLM's useful idiots in the media, such as ex-Toronto Star columnist Desmond Cole. Yeah, Cole was actually too loony left-wing even for the Toronto Red Star. Anyway, here's what this outspoken critic of the police had to say about the Cops in Schools program. Quote, "We have seen over the years that it has targeted the most vulnerable kids in our schools. targeting black kids, indigenous kids, kids with disabilities. It's targeted kids without immigration status who are afraid to even walk through the halls because they don't want to have a confrontation with a police officer. It's very clear this program has to end." End quote. Hate to be the skunk at Cole's garden party, but could it be that some of these black kids and indigenous kids and illegal immigrant kids are maybe up to no good and that's why they're being targeted? Now, as a parent, I'm happy there are cops stationed at schools to protect good kids who are the potential victims of bad and violent kids, but I guess Cole and company believe that if you belong to a certain visible minority group, then you automatically qualify for a get-out-of-jail-free card. Wow, and they say Whitey is privileged. So it is that I shall leave the last word to Bizarro Superman himself in explaining the mission statement of his home planet. Quote, "Us do opposite of all earthly things. Us hate beauty. Us love ugliness. Is big crime to make anything perfect on Bizarro World." End quote. Gee, come to think of it, maybe it's time for BLM to tweak its name. How does Bizarro Lives Matter grab ya? For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw? Then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.